Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you've never been with me before, you don't know what it is that I do. You're in for a treat, especially if you have been through the pain and the trauma of betrayal and infidelity. You have been cheated on, but you are still there. You are still in the relationship. You would like to perhaps work things out, but you're just not quite sure how to do that. This is still the person that you love. This is still the person that you would like to be with, but it's hard. It's difficult. And most of the advice out there is, girl, leave them. Leave them. Yeah. Easier said than done, right? If you are in love with this person, you have built a life with this person, you don't want to leave them. What else do you do? What can you do about dealing with this infidelity? I am here to tell you what you can do. All right. So I am an expert on this because I have spent the last 18 years this month. And so it's my anniversary period as well. It is the anniversary of the last D-Day this month. That was 18 years ago. The last time we had to deal with the cheating and the women and the running the streets. That was the last time that we really had to deal with any of that. And I have, over the years, figured out the dreams formula in order to be able to heal from this, to be able to reconcile, and be able to move on with your relationship. I am doing it. All right. It is a good relationship. It is solid. We are still in love. I can trust him. I tell people all the time, you don't trust anybody 100%, but this is a person that I can definitely trust at least 90. All right. At least 90 on a regular basis. And I feel like 90 is an A. So that's pretty good. All right. I want you to be able to get back to the trust. I want you to be able to get back to the love. I don't want you to keep being stuck where you have been. So I am here to tell you all about it. All right. So if you are with me in the Love After Cheating group, or on Love Coach Dasha on Facebook, or if you're with me on YouTube, make sure you put in a comment. Make sure you give me some likes, give me some love. Let the algorithms know that you do like me and you do want to hear more of this message. Okay? So, make sure YouTube is up. I can see you on Love After Cheating. And then on Love Coach Dasha, let me make sure that's there. All right. Good. Seeing all the things. All right. So, we always talk about, I always start off with the things that I call the practices. These are the things that I tell my clients. These are the things, the basics. This is a trauma. We must heal the trauma. These are the things you can do to start healing the trauma. That's where we're at with the practices. If you would like a copy of the practices, go ahead and put practice in my comments, and I will send you a link for the practices for these 5 things that you can do all on your own that are going to help you to start to heal this trauma, start to be able to move forward. Okay. So the first thing that I'm always going to tell you every time we get together, the very first of the practices is I need you to do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? If you have not, you are doing yourself a disservice. I need you to jump on that. Okay. The thing is, if we have been traumatized, if we are dealing with trauma within ourselves, we will breathe differently. It's a very simple thing. When you are in that fight or flight, your breathing speeds up. It gets more shallow. You're sucking in more oxygen and not blowing out as much carbon dioxide. So just simply doing your deep breathing, fully inhaling and exhaling is going to make you feel better. Yeah, Ryan, I see you over there on YouTube. Hello. All right, so what we've got to do is we've got to do our deep breathing and we've got to do it consistently. We need to be doing these deep breathing exercises at least 5 times a day. We are going to be using that as the basis. We're going to start bringing down that anxiety level, making sure that we are not all the way up here with the anxiety. We're going to bring it down to a level that we can manage and then start to move forward. All right. So we do 4-7-8 breathing. Now you can do whatever breathing you want to as long as you are doing it. It does not matter exactly what you are doing as long as you are doing it. Okay. But we are doing our deep breathing to center ourselves, to calm ourselves. We have been hurt, and our bodies and our brains need to know that we are protecting ourselves right now. So we do our deep breathing in order to share that our bodies are safe, tell our brains that we do not need fight or flight right now. We are trying to be in a comfortable, happy relationship and not freaking out. Okay. So we're going to do 4-7-8 breathing. What you're going to do is you're going to blow out, fully deflate your lungs as much as you possibly can. Then you're going to inhale for a count of 4 if you can through your nose. We're going to hold that breath for a count of 7 so you can actually use this oxygen you breathe in. And then we're going to blow out for a count of 8. And we're going to do that 3 times together. But like I said, I want you to be doing this 5 times a day. Okay. First things first, we're going to blow out. Make the noise of blowing. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How do you feel when you do the deep breathing? It should feel different in your body. This is a physical thing. When you are dealing with this trauma after infidelity, this is a physical experience you are having. You say, Johnny said I did it, and now my situation's worse. I am sorry to hear that. Usually deep breathing does help. Usually deep breathing will start to regulate yourself. It will, instead of just going into fight or flight and sending adrenaline through your system, you are sending a signal to your brain that you are actually calm, you're actually fine, you're safe, everything is all right. So practice that on a regular basis. If it doesn't work just doing it one time, then you need to be doing it on a consistent basis, training your body that, oh, when I do this, that means that I'm safe, everything is all right. All right. All right, the very next thing that we always do every time we talk together, I want you to be doing your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? I need you to sit down with your journal every single day, just 5 minutes. First thing in the morning. All right, good. Try that deep breathing, dude. Try that deep breathing on a regular basis. It is going to start to help you. It brings you from way up here and it brings you down to a better level, okay? All right, doing your journaling. Now, I want you to do your journaling twice a day. First thing in the morning, basically before you do anything else. Don't look at your phone, none of that other activity. Just 5 minutes as soon as you're conscious and write down what comes to the surface of your mind. If you are stressing, if you are anxious, if there are questions, if there are things going on that were happening yesterday and you don't know how to deal with them, write them down today. Go ahead and write them down in your journal for about 5 minutes. Put your date, your time, and your level of anxiety at the beginning. After you've written for that 5 minutes, come back and put your level of anxiety again. I understand that people are using ChatGPT for their journals. I get it. I do it. All right. However, I also have a paper journal. Okay. The paper, there is something about it, about taking a pen and connecting it to your brain, like you said in Hamilton, and actually writing things down. It shows your brain that there is a permanent physical copy of what is going on in your head. You are not ignoring these thoughts. You are not letting them slip by and you're not paying them any mind. You are showing your brain that, hey, this is the special book. I wrote it down in the special book. So guess what? You can leave that thought alone. You don't have to keep on repeating that same thought to me over and over and over again. I wrote it down in the special book. I got it. When I can deal with it, I'll come back and deal with it. All right. Then you're teaching your brain. It's a really good habit to let your brain know that you are going to think about what it is stressing about twice a day, but we are not going to sit there and stress about it all day long. It's a very good technique to make sure that your brain is not firing off, telling you horrible things all the time just because of that. I appreciate the subscription. I welcome everybody to come on and subscribe. If you've been cheated on, if you have been dealing with infidelity, if you have been dealing with betrayal from your person and you want to stay and you want to work it out, I'm the one you need to talk to. All right. All right, so your level of anxiety, let me tell you about that. In your journal, you are going to put your date and your time when you first start, right? That date and that time are to give you clues about when things actually happen. Now, if you're doing it on a regular basis in the morning, in the evening, before you go to bed, you'll know what time it sort of is, but you will also be noticing things that happen in the morning in your brain, and then the things that happen in the evening before you're getting ready to go to sleep. Then you can prepare for those things. You can get ready to relax, to listen to some music, to take your mind off of those things and get some peace from the thoughts in your brain. Okay. So we have got to do that. And then we are going to do our level of anxiety. The level of anxiety is 0 to 10. Okay, we've got to put a fence around these feelings because they're intense. And if you don't define how big they can get, then they start to be monsters. You feel like you're being chased by Godzilla. So we have got to put a fence around these feelings, understand how bad they can get. Now, a zero is no anxiety whatsoever. Everything is great. All is right with the world. Write that down. Just because it is a good day doesn't mean that it shouldn't be acknowledged, okay? I understand that you're having bad days, that you are feeling the pain, you're feeling the betrayal. I understand that, but there will be good days. And your brain on the trauma will tell you that there are never any good days. There are never any good days. There have never been any good days. Your life is terrible. It has always been terrible, and it will never be any better. You will prove that your brain is lying to you when you consistently go into your journal and you flip pages and you're like, hey, no, these were 0 days. This is a 1 day. This is a 2 day. These were good days. My level of anxiety was way, way down. I was managing. I was dealing. Things were okay. And you will find that you will recognize that your brain is lying to you because you have written down the opposite of what it's saying. All right. Then there is the other extreme. The other extreme is a 10. A 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. Okay. That is a 10. I am out of control at a 10. So you are not sitting down with your journal writing at a 10. Okay. If you are at a 10, you are probably screaming. The police may be called. You're throwing things. You might have broken something, but you are not sitting down calmly writing in your journal. Don't do that to yourself. If you are sitting there in the moment and you're writing in your journal, you are less than a 10 because you have control over yourself. If you are screaming, can't stop screaming, yelling at whoever it is, the neighbors are getting worried and getting ready to call the police, that's a 10. Okay. When you write these feelings down, it is to show that they can only get so big, they can only get so overwhelming. They are not going to step on you like Godzilla. They are not. They are inside you, and they can only be as big as you are. So then you've got a clear idea about days of the week that it's a really bad stress week. Times of the day where you're super stressed. You will know those things because you're writing them down. Okay. Next thing, the third of the practices that I am going to tell you about is to practice an attitude of gratitude, okay? When we are dealing with infidelity, betrayal, we are talking about grief. we're talking about loss. And the opposite of grief and loss is gratitude. When you're thinking about what you have lost, it is better to turn your thoughts towards what you do have. Okay? If you are consistently doing that, you are training your brain, even in the midst of the trauma, that, hey, wait a minute. There are good things. This is not all terrible. My life isn't awful. I have good things in my life. So that's why I'm a big proponent of Thirsty Thursday. I want to hear your good stuff. What are you grateful for? Put it in the comments. Ryan, thank you so much. I am grateful that you believe that I'm a good teacher. Thank you. Appreciate that. But put it in the comments. What are you grateful for? What are you in this week? Even if things have been bad, what do you look at and objectively say, I'm glad that's in my life. I am glad that is a thing. I am glad that my son, my baby boy, is 18. I'm kind of torn because I'm like, my baby is a grown up now, but I'm also really grateful for it. You know what I mean? So it's both ways. Put in the comments anything that you are grateful for. I will shout you out because it is better to share that. When you are traumatized, when you are in pain, when you are miserable, it is very easy to share misery. And then when you share misery, you speak to other people's pain. You speak to other people's fear. Your fear speech talks to their fear speech, and then we keep on talking about fear. So we've got to change that around. Look for the things that you are grateful for to combat the grief of what you feel like you've lost, and remind yourself that you have wonderful things going on in your life every single solitary day that you need to remember. You need to take seriously and take to heart so that your brain doesn't forget them. So your brain doesn't think that everything is always awful all the time, which is a trauma response. All right. Let's see. Last thing, the last of the practices we're going to talk about right now is seriously, I need you to stop asking him all those questions about the affair. I know that every other group, every other guru, everybody who wants to talk to you about this is going to say, but you should be able to ask any question you want, anytime you want, and he should just answer any moment. I get that. I understand that there is a need for transparency after this type of betrayal has happened. However, number one, you're not in the place to hear all these answers. You are traumatized. What you are doing in that moment, when you are asking him a question, you are saying, hey, I believe the worst in you. I want you to tell me that I'm right about believing the worst in you. Okay, that is what you are doing when you are asking these questions. Your brain on trauma wants to know all of the information about the thing that hurt it. So if you are not resisting that urge, your brain is going to continuously ask questions. It's never going to stop. That's the second thing. There is no end to the questions if you don't end it. If you don't stop asking the questions, they're not going to stop. Your brain will just continue to think of excellent questions to continue to ask, even if they got to ask the same question over and over and over again to be able to compare and contrast and see if this person is actually a safe person for you. You get to decide what is safe for you. I understand that the trauma is saying that you can't be trusted to do that. I am here to tell you that you can. You can be trusted to keep yourself safe, even though you do not have control over what other people do. You are still going to be able to keep yourself safe by being aware and by not always listening to all that negativity inside your brain. That negativity came from the trauma. And so if you keep listening to it and keep questioning him and keep going down that path, that's the direction you're going to be heading. You're not going to be heading towards healing, towards forgiveness, towards compassion, if you keep doing what your brain is telling you to do while you're in pain. So we've got to switch that around Try and be grateful for things on a daily basis and stop asking all those awful questions that do nothing but make your life suck. Okay? Because when you ask those questions, don't it make everything worse? Everything feels much worse. You get answers that you don't want to hear. You get answers that might contradict an answer that you got before because you've asked this question 6 times. And you're like, well, the first 4 times I got this answer, and then the next 2 times I got this separate answer. So he must be lying. It's just that you ask a lot of questions and it's difficult to keep up with all the overview of what your brain is saying about him in the moment. So we've got to stop that. I know you want to ask the questions. I understand that it is a trauma response and that your brain is screaming to ask these questions. I get that. So for that, instead of asking the questions that you want to ask, instead of asking the questions about the affair, about how he behaved, how he felt, what he did, what she said, the positions they were in, all of that, okay, we must choose a different path. So if you must ask a question, if your brain is itching to ask the question, these are a little bit better. This is the and, THEAND, the and from the people at the Skin Deep. And this is an excellent one. This is the Healing Edition deck. And what you do is you ask questions to each other back and forth, and it is designed to foster a sense of connection. You are supposed to be asking each other questions that connect you instead of questions that will separate you. The questions that the trauma wants to ask will separate you. You are not looking for connection then. You are looking for ammo against him when you are doing that. When you are asking all those questions, you are not looking for connection. You are not looking for understanding and compassion. That's not what you're looking for. You are looking for ammo. You are looking for some bullets to fire. So we have got to stop doing that and instead ask a little bit healthier questions. So it will help to be able to ask a different question that is a safer question. If you start asking questions on your own, your brain will lead you down the path to questions about the affair automatically. So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is just lean into asking good questions. Okay. So the first one that I got for you is, who has more power in our relationship? And how do you feel about it? Ooh, isn't that a good question? Now that one might end up being an argument. I can see that one leading to a bad place, but it doesn't start from a bad place. It's a curiosity question. It is trying to understand the dynamics between you and what the other person thinks about the power structure in your relationship. Hell, it could be your question. What do you think about your power, the power dynamic in your relationship? So, who has more power in our relationship, and how do you feel about it? Excellent question. Way better question than what hotel did you go to, right? Way better question. Second question is going to be, how does jealousy affect our relationship, and what can we do about it? Excellent question. Talking about it, not in reference to the cheating itself, but just in general, how does jealousy affect us? And then what can we do about that effect on us? That's an excellent thing to talk about, and that could have to do with the cheating. Okay. And how would you describe my path? And how is it different from yours? Because we are all on separate paths, baby. We are all on separate paths. Even the people you love the most and you are going to spend your entire life with, you are not on the exact same path that they are. You will end up in different places. It is just guaranteed. I am sorry. So if you had a good idea about what your path is, and your honey can see, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see what your path is, and you can see what their path is. You can join each other for as much of the ride as you can, but you're going to end up going different places. So you're going to discuss those differences. How is it different? How is my path going to end versus how your path is going to end? That's an excellent question. That is a thoughtful question. That's something you can sit down and talk about for a half an hour instead of asking questions about, did he kiss her? Did he tell her he loved her? Okay. All right. Fabulous. I love it. Excellent. So If you have questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, put them in the comments. I am here for you, okay? I want to answer all of your questions about healing and reconciling after infidelity. You have been cheated on, you're not sure how to trust again, you're not sure how to love again, you're not sure how to connect again. I am here for you. I want to tell you all about it, okay? All right, let's see. Now, the other day, I know I'm here on YouTube and on Facebook. The other day on Facebook, Facebook reminded me that my Love After Cheating group is 7 years old. I am so excited. I didn't even realize that the years just roll by. They just roll right on by. Um, the the group itself was created after I had actually been a relationship coach for a little while. I had been working with couples. I had been working with mostly women, but dealing with couples therapy, doing premarital counseling. I used to marry people. I still do. I'm still ordained. So I had an entirely different group just for women. It was called Love Slay. But every time I would go into the group, every time I was answering questions, it was always some cheating. It was always about the cheating happened. What do I do now? How do I get through this? We're still together. What am I going to do? And I kept answering those questions. It kept being over and over and over again until about 7 years ago. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be laser focused on this. I got the answers to this because I've been through it. So I'm going to be laser focused now on telling women exactly how they can stay and not be miserable. This is not, oh, just stay for the kids and just suffer through it. That is not at all what I want for you. I feel like that is absolutely ridiculous. We should not be doing that. That's crazy. If you want to stay, you can stay and you can be happy again. You can be trusting again. You can get to the other side of this fear and pain. And I wanted to tell people about it. I had gotten to the other side. I am eagerly over here waving people in so that they can come to the other side where it's healing and you feel better and you're connected and you love one another. And day to day, you don't have to sit there and worry about where they are. And you don't have to worry about the GPS. You don't have to do any of that stuff because you have gotten to a better place together. You are calmer, your body is regulated, your brain is regulated, and you are getting to a happier, more productive, safer relationship with this person. All right. So I wanted to make a place where you didn't have to be shamed for wanting to stay. That was my biggest goal because everywhere I was looking when I was, as I was first like really drawn to the idea of just being a relationship coach about cheating, I was looking in Facebook groups. I was, looking in everywhere, every resource that I could find. And it was always, leave him. You shouldn't be with him. You're a doormat. You're letting yourself be used. You're letting yourself feel bad. I was like, why are we shaming women who are already hurting? Why is that? Why are we doing that? That's crazy. If she wants to stay, she's the best judge of whether she should stay or not. If you got issues with it, fine, but that doesn't mean give her a hard time about it. And that's why I created Love After Cheating, because I did not want any woman that I met up with, that I was trying to help get past this infidelity. I didn't want any of those women to feel like they should be ashamed. I didn't want any of them to feel like they should be isolated or they should be stigmatized because they love somebody and they just want to stay in a relationship with them. That happens all the time. All right. Even if they didn't cheat, there are plenty of reasons that people still stay in a relationship and something bad has happened. You are not wrong for that. That is not crazy. You are just a woman in love, somebody who loves and wants to be in a relationship with this person in spite of them doing something stupid. Okay. For me, I knew he's my fairy tale. You know what I mean? If I'm the queen, he was absolutely my king. he is the end of my fairy tale, but he was just so dumb. Okay. He just did such dumb stuff. And we had to get past that. We had to get to a better place where I could actually trust him not to do dumb stuff again. I know that it's possible. Everybody always says once a cheater, always a cheater. That is absolutely not true because we are human beings and we are not always anything. If we are something for a little while, guess what? We will be something else soon. Okay. So everybody can change. Everybody can do better than they have been doing. So if you believe in this person, you think that they can do better, I am totally with you. I believe you. I feel like you would know. You have a good idea about this person. You chose them. And if you are saying that they are worthy of your forgiveness, of the work that you need to do to be able to heal from this, I absolutely agree. I think that you're absolutely right. I do not think that you're wrong. I do not think that you're a doormat. I don't think that you're a pick-me. I don't think that you're any of those things. I think that you are a reasonable, sensible woman who is in love and wants love in her life, and you are doing what you can do to get it. I'm proud of you. Okay? I am super proud of you for that. I don't feel like you should be given a hard time for that. Okay? So let me see, where am I in my notes? All right. So 7 years ago, like I whispered into the dark. I didn't even think that there would be so many women, but I just whispered into the dark, like, hey, I'm a woman who stayed. You want to know how to stay? And like thousands of women answered back, yeah, me too. I did it. I stayed. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but if you got any clues, I would love some. And this group was like 6,000 women. It is so many women, and no ads, no really trying to get anybody into the group. I go answer questions for other people. I talk to people, and those women seek me out and they're like, hey, yes, absolutely. I hear what you are saying. I am exhausted trying to figure this out by myself. Please let me into the group. So Love After Cheating was just a result of me trying to figure out a nice, safe place for people to heal and figure out how to reconcile. And it grew. It grew. There were plenty of women. I was not crazy to go ahead and stay, and none of them were crazy either. We can have what we choose to have. Just because something bad has happened, that doesn't limit our choices. We are not painted into a corner just because we have been cheated on. You still have every choice about what you do going forward. And I want to support that. That is why I'm here. I want to support that and make sure that you never feel like you are painted into a corner. You have all the options and you can have the happiest, healthiest relationship in the future because you worked on it now. You decided to heal now. Okay. All right. Let me see. Where am I? Go back up. There. All right. So the lessons that I've learned. I'll tell you about the most powerful lessons that I've learned over the 7 years. All right. First of all, more than anything, staying after infidelity is not a weakness. It is not. It is a decision. Absolutely. And women who stay, they are staying because they feel like they have a love worth fighting for. All right. There is nothing wrong with that. You are not weak for seeing the love that you have and fighting for it. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a strong warrior woman thing to do. Go for it. Okay. The second thing is that healing is a choice that you're going to make over and over again. This is not just you wake up one day and you forgive and you're all healed. It's not how this works. We are actively working on a trauma. So there are going to be triggers. There are going to be times that the feelings bubble up to the surface again. You have to remember that you have decided on forgiveness, on reconciliation, on happiness, on connectedness, on compassion and forgiveness. You have to remember that you decided that already. and then carry on with that decision the next time it seems like you need to make that decision. Okay. Your love is real. It's worth fighting for. If it wasn't cheating, if it was an illness, if it was an accident, you would fight for your love. So there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't fight for it right now. If you feel like this is the person that you want to fight for, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The third thing is that connection is going to heal you more than the confrontations are. You're going to want to confront. You're going to want to talk about it. You're going to want to ask a whole bunch of questions. You are going to want to beat this into the ground. Okay. That's not the best way to go about it. Softening yourself is the strategy. Being a little bit softer. The fear and the pain wants you to be hard, right? You know what it feels like. The fear and the pain within you hardens something. It crystallizes something. It makes you want to beat them over the head. But if you can soften that, if you can inside you say, this is a person that I love and I want to be happy instead of angry and sad. I am choosing happiness and forgiveness and compassion. I am choosing that. And then deciding against the confrontation. That is going to lead you down the healing path every doggone time. Every time. Okay? The fourth thing is that most women are not broken. You are not broken after this has happened to you. I know it feels like it. Women describe it as shattered. I understand that it feels that way, that you are in pieces all over the floor. You are not broken at all. Every single response that you are having to this trauma, to being cheated on, is absolutely correct for the fact that you have been through a trauma. It is your body and your brain doing exactly what they're supposed to do in a situation where you feel like you're in danger. Okay? That's not broken. That is exactly what your body is designed to do. So you're not in any way, shape, or form broken. You are doing exactly what you were supposed to do. Now it's time to get up and heal from that point. Okay? Yes, you might have fallen apart. Yes, you might have felt shattered on the floor, but you are not broken. Okay? You are screaming for safety, but that does not mean that you cannot have safety. You can make your own safety. You can feel good. You can get past this and get to the next stage with your honey. All right. Number 5. The story that you are replaying in your head over and over again is probably not the truth. It's probably a lie. I know that your brain is screaming, he has never loved me. That's the only way he could have ever cheated on me is if he never loved me at all. That's the only possibility. It's not. People love and do the wrong thing all the damn time. Okay? There is a saying, you can sin and still love God. Okay? There is a person in there. Okay? We are just people. That's all we are. We do the wrong thing all the time. It's not a rarity. It's not, because we feel a certain way, that means that we never do the wrong thing. That's insanity. That story playing out in your head is not real. It's not real. Your brain will insist that it's real because it's trying to keep you safe. But safe is not the same thing as connected to the person that you love. Safe is not the same thing as having your arms wide open to love. It's not the same. So we can't listen to those stories that our brains are telling us all the time. I call it fear speech. Fear speech inside your head, that chattering of, oh, you should be afraid of this. What if this happens? You should be so angry. And the fear speech that comes from outside. Other people telling you, if you happen to tell somebody about the situation, they are immediately like, oh, I know you're going to leave him. You can never trust him again. He's going to be a cheater for the rest of your lives. You could listen to that fear speech, but the stories that they're telling are not your story, are they? Isn't this still your fairy tale? Do you want that to be the outcome of the story? If you don't want that, you have to change it. You don't just get handed a story, you got to act out the story. So if you want a different story, if you want your ending to be different than, oh, just leave him, he is no good for you. If you want it to be different, you have to do something different. You can't listen to all the fearful speech that you will hear. You've got to trust yourself, believe in what you want, and follow that. Actively do the things that you would do if you were healed and whole again. If everything was perfect, if all was right with the world, what would you do? What would you be like? Be that way. Act your way out of it. People get very stuck on the now. Right now, things are bad. Yes, indeed. That you could do that. You could say that anytime. If you want to get to a better place down the lane, you have to picture that place and then start behaving towards that place. Just because the now is messed up, that does not mean that your future will always be the same as the now. The things that are happening right now started way back in the past. So the things that will happen to you in the future are starting right now. Okay? You got to go ahead and start heading down the path towards being healed. Don't tell yourself the story of right now. Tell yourself the story of what happened when you healed. What happened when everything was okay? What happened when you fell in love again? Tell yourself that story and go in that direction. Okay? Any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, please put them in the comments. I want to know. I want to hear them all and answer them for you. Okay. Let's see. Number 6, the things that I've learned in this last 7 years that I am absolutely sure of. Reconciliation is possible even when it seems impossible. You're not going to be able to see all of the avenues, all of the path. You're not going to be able to do that. You've been traumatized. You are stressed out. Things are not going exactly the way that you would want them to go. So what we need to do is find the path. All right. That's all you need is to find that path. And I have the path for you. Okay. I have the dreams formula. Put path in the comments if you'd like me to send you a link to the dreams formula. The dreams formula is the 6 steps that I took myself and that hundreds of other women that I've helped in the Love After Cheating group have taken who to get to that reconciliation, to get to the place where you are feeling good, you're feeling loved, you're feeling trusting, you're feeling like things are harmonious. You can get there. I do have the path for that. Go ahead and put path in the comments or DM me path, and I will send you the link for the free path to the healing, to the dreams formula, how to heal and reconcile after infidelity. Okay. But I have seen women rise up, okay, stronger, sharper, fiercer than they ever were before, and more loved because this has brought out the goddess in them, the queen with her crown on straight. It has shown their mate that I don't want to mess this up because she's an incredible woman. I don't want to ever make her upset or disappoint her again because look at what she can do. She was able to forgive me. I've never been forgiven. Have you ever been really forgiven? Have you ever actually like somebody that you really, truly love and really, really hurt and they forgave you? Do you know how powerful that is? Do you know how overwhelming it is to know that somebody that righteously should be angry at you, should not be forgiving of you, has decided that they want to be forgiving of you anyway? It's mind-blowing. All right. So there is nothing wrong with you trying to forgive and reconcile, even when it doesn't seem possible. Just the actions of it, heading down that path, is going to start to heal you, and it's going to start to heal your partner at the same time. You are the hero of this story. The reconciliation is possible because of you, your decisions, your actions, what you choose from this moment forward. That's how the reconciliation is going to happen. You are not going to wait around for it to happen to you. You are not going to wait around for your mate to go ahead and come out of the woods and be able to guide you out. He is not the hero of this story. You are. Okay? I need you to know that more than anything. So it is possible, even when it feels impossible. And the last thing, you don't get this far without support. No one is healing alone. I don't think any women in like the last 7 years, even if they do not directly talk to me, they're still in the group. They're still listening. They're still watching the lives. They are still absorbing the lessons and applying them to their lives. So you need some support. You need somebody who is going to be able to encourage you along this healing path, because there are plenty of people who will encourage you not to, right? There's tons of people out here who will just be like, oh, no, absolutely not. You should not do that, and you're stupid for doing it, and I'm not going to help you. All right. There are plenty of people out there like that, but I'm not one of them. Okay. I absolutely know that that is possible. You could heal, you could reconcile. I have done it, so I know that it's possible that that the two of you can get to a whole different place than you're in right now. All right. I'm not gonna bash you about it, and I don't think anybody should, but you know, we don't live in a perfect world. But if you are desiring to stay and work it out, that can absolutely happen. And I know the ways. So you got to get up with somebody who can give you the right support to be able to get you on the path and then push you and get you back out into the sun again. Okay. Because these woods are deep and dark. If you can get a buddy, okay, if you can get a buddy and to hold your hand and to lead you down the path, that is a much better way to go about it. Okay. So the biggest lesson I've learned is the women who choose this thing aren't weak. They're warriors. They're out here fighting for what they want. Exactly what we should be doing. Okay. All right. So any questions about that, about what I've learned? So this group, my Love After Cheating group, if you are watching me on YouTube, go to my Love After Cheating group on Facebook. That is where all the women have gathered. That is where I do lessons, daily posts, talking to you about healing after infidelity. So if you're not in there, go over there and get up there. And if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and make sure you subscribe so you don't forget about me, okay? But like year 8, what are we gonna be doing? Like, what is that gonna look like? I started this group 7 years ago because I knew so many women who still love their partner. They still wanted to be connected, they still wanted their family, but they were being shamed for it. So I didn't know that it was gonna grow into like thousands of women. I thought it'd be a couple hundred people, maybe eventually, and you know, that'd be that. But as I was answering questions and getting women to understand that they could actually heal and they could get to a better place, it grew exponentially. I didn't think that this was going to be like a movement. I didn't think this was going to be my calling. I love working with couples. I love working with women. I love helping people to get back to the love, but I didn't know that this was going to be my actual calling. I thought this was going to be like a side gig, but it is turning into my whole entire gig right now. So I did know that the women who are staying, they're going to need support. They're going to need compassion. They need real healing, not any judgment. And I don't have any judgment. I have zero judgment for you staying. Whatever the situation is, however bad you think it is, I have no judgment for you staying. I'm actually proud of you. I feel like if you are going for what you want, that should be rewarded. You should get a pat on the back instead of criticism. Okay. So now in the group, we're stepping into the next chapter. All right. We are going forward. I'm doing things. All right. In this next chapter, what do we got in this next chapter? I I definitely want to have more women choosing healing over fear. I don't want so many women to feel like there is no choice, they are backed into a corner, that they just have to leave their relationship. I don't want that for any women. If I can help it, I want you to know that you have choices. You can choose to heal instead of choosing to be afraid. And that is going to heal you up and have you being superwoman out here, okay? You're going to dissolve that shame. You're going to remember that you still have choices, and you're going to figure out that healing is normal. Just because you've been through trauma like this doesn't mean that that's normal. You shouldn't live like that all the time. We can get to a place where we are not in the midst of trauma. We are not in the midst of pain. We are happy and living our lives the way that we want to. Okay. The community is built on courage and softness and connection. We don't give each other a hard time. We're not out here in survival mode talking to each other. We're trying not to just spread suffering and bitterness. We are trying to spread hope and love and compassion. Like right now in the group, if you go to the Love After Cheating group, I have pinned posts, and Christine just got married. She put this up here on the 7th. She put this up here that she has been with her honey, and they have been through the trauma of the infidelity, and they got past that to the other side, and they just got married. She's a happy newlywed right now, even though he cheated. She is not feeling like, oh, I have to worry about him all the time. I got to be checking his GPS. I got to make sure that he's not cheating on me. She's not doing any of that. She has gotten to healed, and the two of them are walking into their happily ever after together. That is absolutely possible. Okay. You are not alone. It is absolutely possible that you can choose that healing over fear and get to a place where the healing is the normal. Okay. And you can get to a place where that survival and suffering and bitterness, it's all gone, and you're happy and you're in your cozy little nest together enjoying yourself. Okay. So it's a powerful group. It's been a powerful group of women that are trying to soften instead of shutting down, trying to love without abandoning themselves, trying to heal without losing their identities. They're an incredible group of women. You all are. And I'm so, so proud of having you here with me to listen to what I'm saying to get yourselves on the healing path. So yeah, this is going to be a space where it already is, but this is going to be a space where reconciliation is supported. It is encouraged. You are going to get a pat on the back. You are going to get somebody who is in the comments saying, hey, yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy for you that you are doing this. I'm so glad that you have made this decision for your life. You will not feel alone coming into our group. And I want to do that. So we're going to try and do more live trainings, more healing rituals, more honest conversations, more love, more regulation, more of everything in the Love After Cheating group. Okay, so come join if you have not joined. If you're on my Love Coach Dasha page and you're not in my Love After Cheating group, why are you not in my Love After Cheating group? Come join us. Okay. All right, let's see. That's about it. So yeah, it's just simple, man. Year 8 is gonna be for this group, taking women out of survival mode, putting them into that softer, steadier, more sustainable type of energy. My vision is a community where women who have stayed after infidelity are not whispering their stories. They're not keeping them quiet and feeling like this is not a really positive thing. If you stayed and you worked it out, I want you to be shouting this story from the rooftops so that you can be support to another woman who doesn't believe that that's a possibility, who is scared to talk about her story. I want you to be that, okay? So you got to come on into the group and tell your story. This is going to be the year that we stop apologizing for the love that we're fighting for. Just because you still love a person that hurt you doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means that you have a very loving, open heart. And why shouldn't you? Why should we try and make ourselves not be that way when we are? Why should we try and force ourselves into not loving when we do? You have every right to do that. You have every right to love. And I want to support you in that inside the Love After Cheating group, year 8. Okay. And we're not going to just be a support group anymore. We're going to be a healing movement. We are going to be moving forward, changing the future as we are going forward in the group. Okay. So let me see. Anything? Any questions? Let me look. Make sure anybody on Love Coach Dasha. Just want to make sure. Don't want to miss anybody's questions. Go back to the page. All right. Don't see any questions or comments over there. Had plenty of people over here on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Come on and ask me questions if you've got questions about healing and reconciling after infidelity. Let's see. The last thing is I just want to offer you a little bit of a conversation with me. I have a group program. I have a self-led program that is called Happily Ever After Betrayal. That's going to be going on sale for Black Friday, but I want you to get on an enchanted reconciliation call with me. A call, one-on-one. We're going to talk. 45 minutes. We are going to sit down and we're going to talk about the path forward. I'm going to tell you about my Happily Ever After Betrayal program. Okay. You can absolutely sign up for that when you talk to me, but you don't have to. If you can get on a call with me, I am going to give you at least a 3-step program to start to heal right this second. You don't have to wait for a program or anything. You just go on ahead and get on a call with me and I got you. So I am going to put that in the comments. Oh, where did that one go? I'm going to put in the comments the link to get on a enchanted reconciliation call with me. It's going to be a 45-minute call. You are going to be able to tell me all about whatever is going on with you. And I am going to be able to tell you about 3 steps that you can take right this minute to get you out of the woods and offer you my program that is coming up because it is 7 years for this anniversary thing this week in the Love After Cheating group. That's why you need to go to the group. In the Love After Cheating group, I'm going to have a link up tomorrow that is going to be Happily Ever After Betrayal self-led course. However, in that course, I am going to add in 4 group sessions. You're going to get the self-led program, and we are going to have 4 group sessions for everybody that has signed up for it. So you can come, you can ask your question. You do not have to be lost. You do not have to feel like, oh, I'm not quite sure what I need to do here. You can just come to my group call, to my office hours, and we will sit down and we will figure this out. We will figure out exactly the steps that you need to take. So the first thing that you're going to need to be able to do that is get on an enchanted reconciliation call with me. So that is in the comments on Love Coach Dasha. It is in the comments on the Love After Cheating group. And I'm going to put it in the comments over here on Facebook. All right. Click the link, pick a date and time, and talk to me. You are not by yourself. You do not have to continue to try and heal and reconcile and just figure it all out all by yourself. That's unnecessary. We don't have to do that. I am somebody who has experience with it, who knows how to heal. I want to help get you out of this hole. Okay? All right. So I think that's about it. All right. All right. So the very last thing that we talk about every time is the last of the practices. The last of the practices is to do your affirmations. Have you been doing your affirmations? Have you affirmed yourself? I need to tell you one of the key things to know about affirmations is whatever you keep repeating to yourself is an affirmation. Okay? It does not matter what you're saying. It just matters that you say it over and over again. So if you are saying the thing, the terrible thing about yourself over and over again, you are affirming to your brain that that's what you want to believe. That's what you are choosing for your life. And your brain will do everything it possibly can to reinforce that belief. Okay? So instead of doing that, as we are trying to heal this trauma, we're trying to feel better. We're going to talk good about ourselves. We're not going to keep on telling ourselves awful things about ourselves. Why? Why should we do that? I know that it is a habit because it is a trauma response and your body and your brain just automatically do it. But I'm saying that you can make the choice that every day you're going to wake up, look yourself in the eye, and say your affirmation like you truly mean it. So then your brain has a recording of you saying good things about yourself, not believing bad things, believing good things, saying good things. And so then it starts to change your mind about you. The same way that gratitude changes your mind about the other things that are going wrong in your life, affirmations are going to change your attitude about you. Okay? So, what you do when you are doing an affirmation, you're going to look yourself in the eye. You're going to say it with all the conviction that you can muster. Every bit of, I believe in myself, it needs to come out in your voice. You need to say this with authority, okay? Look yourself in the eye and say it like you mean it and repeat it several times so that your brain has a recording of you saying it over and over and over again. Think about it during the day. Repeat it during the day. Write it down as you're sitting there doodling, putting it in the edges of your journal. Put your affirmation down every single day and focus on it. It will start to change your brain. What you tell your brain to do consistently, it will do. So we've got to do our affirmations. So let me get an affirmation. This is an affirmation card I got from Five Below, but you can get them off Etsy. You can put affirmation in the comments, and I will send you a link to get affirmations and journal prompts from me for like 60 days straight. So put affirmation in the comments if you would like that. But this says, today I feel good. Today I know deep down that I look good, feel good, and I am a good person. Today I feel good. All right. Can we just feel good for today? We don't have to feel good every single day. I know it's hard. You're in pain, you're stressed, but you can feel good today. You could put the baggage down for just a little while and feel good about yourself, couldn't you? I think you're good. All right. Today I feel good. Today I know deep down that I look good, feel good, and I am a good person. All right. Excellent. That is about it, y'all. That's all I got for you for the Healing Hour Live. Now, next week is Thanksgiving. I totally forgot about Thanksgiving. I felt like it was like 2 weeks away. It's next week. So I will not be back until December 4th. So we won't be here next week doing the Healing Hour Live. I will miss you, but I will be stuffing my face and eating all the good food for Thanksgiving. So I won't miss you that much. But I will miss you, and I will be back December 4th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Love Coach Dasha on Facebook, and Love After Cheating private group on Facebook, okay? So that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. I am so delighted to have all of you with me. I just want to tell you that I love you and I'm proud of you. I think that the world needs more people who are willing to love and forgive and understand and have compassion for other people. And if it just starts with just your mate, that's okay. That is just one more person in the world who is choosing love and understanding than was choosing it before. So I feel like you are adding to the collective. You are adding to the good things in this world by choosing love and choosing forgiveness and choosing to want to continue on with your relationship. So I'm proud of you. Good job. Mwah. I love you, and I will see you again December 4th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.